everyone. Okay, so somebody is realizing how much they hurt you. They are going through a moment of self-reflection. It's like they're seeing everything in perspective now, from your perspective. I think they were blaming you for a lot of what happened in the past. Maybe why this relationship didn't work out, or why this relationship isn't working out if this is someone that you're currently with. They're looking back at all of the moments that they placed the blame onto you, and they're realizing that maybe they were part of the problem, if not the entire problem, okay? But they're self-reflecting. They're looking back on all of these tower moments, and they're seeing it through your eyes. And they're doing this because they either want another chance with you, or they're working really hard on fixing the relationship that they have with you. And they're realizing that the way that they are approaching you and their feelings is not working out. Okay, they're seeing that the actions that they're taking towards you are going nowhere but downhill, and they know that they need to change their ways. So they're self-reflecting, okay? And that's beautiful. But it's tough because they're looking back, and all of those moments that they got angry with you, upset with you, projected their insecurities onto you. They're realizing how unfair that was, and that's not easy. It's not easy to look inward and to realize that, relationships are two-sided, and that all of these bad things didn't happen at them. That there was a reason why you acted the way that you did. If you were ever upset with them or accused them of something, it's like they're looking back and they're realizing why you had those feelings towards them in the first place. It's not just like, oh, she was being weird, she didn't understand where I was coming from, she's always trying to make something out of nothing. And they're looking back now and they're just like, oh, no, she definitely had a point. He definitely had a point. I can see why they were feeling this way. So they're having to sit with all of those feelings, all of those past regrets. But they're trying to become better for you. They're seeing all the moments where they pushed you away, all of the moments where they ignored you. If you ever were going through a hard time and you were just trying to get them to notice, trying to get them to engage with you, they're seeing now how dismissive they were towards you. That's what I'm seeing. It's like they could have not stood up for you in the ways that you needed. They could have brushed you off a lot. They could have blown you off a lot. There could have been moments where they ghosted you, and if that's not like a physical ghosting, that's just more of like an emotional detachment that they had towards you. Maybe they didn't realize how lonely you were in this relationship. They could have kept you at arm's length for a really long time, just not willing to open up. You could have felt like they were bored with you. I just see you trying to get their attention and trying to engage with them, connect with them, tell them how your day went after a long week, and just trying to get them to care. And they were just kind of stuck in their own head. could have been very selfish at times, but they're seeing all of this. They're realizing that they have to show up differently if they want to win you back, because I see you having like walked away from them. And if that's not just like a full-on breakup, I just see you slowly detaching, and they're feeling it too. They're feeling it too. And they know that they're gonna have to either win you back. I'm kind of seeing that as like winning you back, because you've kind of removed yourself from this situation because you just knew that you needed somebody who was going to show up for you physically, emotionally, not place all of the blame onto you, not belittle you. If they were somebody who was like kind of talking down to you, you know, you've taken that energy and you've taken yourself and you've gotten the heck out of there. That's just what I'm seeing. You know your worth, and I feel like you've tried and you've really thought this over for a long time. It's like I see you having stuck around in this relationship for a long time because you love them and care about them, but at a certain point you realize that the energy and time you were putting towards this person, this relationship, just was not serving you in the ways that you needed. So you took your self-worth, and you removed yourself. But I see you having stuck around for a while. It's like you didn't give up on this easily. But when you're in a relationship where your partner is just pushing you away emotionally, not showing up for you when you're constantly showing up for them, you know, treating you like you're an outsider in the relationship, it's, you know, eventually you lose interest in a person who has little to no interest in you, and that's how it's feeling. And I don't want to say that because this person does truly care about you. That's why they're trying to change. That's why they're trying to self-reflect so they can show up better for you. But I do see that in this relationship in the past, they have acted like they had zero to no interest. Or so zero interest towards you. Little to no interest just in you and your life and your feelings. Like, and that's not because they don't care, right? They could have just been going through a series of hard times where they had no energy for themselves, let alone for you, right? They could have just been struggling internally. This could have been like stress from their job, right? So they're just coming home tired. They don't want to talk about it. They don't want to talk about anything. They just want to sit on the couch and fall asleep. So they could have had like they could have been very agitated. You could have felt like you were walking on eggshells around them at times, forcing you to be kind of independent when the whole point of you wanting to be in a relationship is to like be comforted and to have a partner and to have somebody to share your life and your stories with and your time with, and suddenly you're with somebody who's like an empty shell of a person that is so closed off that you just kind of lost hope. But they're seeing this now. It's like they miss you, and if you haven't physically left them, they miss the connection that you guys used to share, and they're realizing now that it's on them to change that, all right? Because you've been showing up for them. It's them who have been closed off completely to you, and they know this. They know that they have to change their ways and have to come in differently to win you back. And they know that they have to win you back because I'm just seeing you as being really annoyed. You're just like, I stuck around for as long as I could and nothing is changing. And I want to be with somebody who can show up for me emotionally and physically, right? You're like, I know my worth and this isn't making me happy. Sometimes it feels like I'm talking to a brick wall, and that's not what I want. I want somebody who actually cares about me and wants to know how I'm doing, wants to know how my day went. You know, it feels like you're not even asking for that much. You're like, I'm not asking you to fly across the world and buy me a mansion, you know, I'm just asking for you to have dinner with me once in a while, you know, have simple, like, go for a walk, let's go walk the dog, ask me how my day went, ask me anything, and actually care. Like, it just feels like you're not even asking for that much. But you've taken yourself and you've removed yourself, and you're starting something new. So I feel like there's going to be a separation between you two while you go off and focus on yourself. And when you're not around this person, it feels like you have a lot more time for yourself, obviously, because you'll be independent. And all of that energy and time and focus will be placed onto yourself. So it feels like in this period of you going off and doing something else, it's going to be extremely successful because you're going to be able to take that energy that you were giving towards them and you're going to give it back to you. And it looks like your money is going to be great. You're going to be very excited, like jumping into something new. And if it is the same thing that you're doing, it just shows you being way more successful in it because you're going to have way more time to give it. So this separation just shows that it's going to be successful for the both of you because you're giving yourself room to breathe and grow on your own, and it's giving them time to self-reflect on why they're not a good partner and how they need to be better so that they can be with you again, because I'm not seeing this as you guys being separated forever. This is just a period where you both need to be on your own for a while. Grow on your own, because you're not getting anywhere with this person. When you're sticking around, it's just like they truly need to learn through being alone, because it's like you being around is only kind of making them feel worse at the moment, because every time they look at you, they kind of feel like a disappointment because they know that they've disappointed you. So it's like they need their own space and independence too, to truly sit on their own with their own thoughts. And realize that this relationship didn't work out because of the ways that they were showing up for you. And they had it twisted. It's like they thought that you were the problem and you're not the problem. But there is like this future you that is chilling. You are like chilling on a beach somewhere. You're sitting in a park, drinking your tea or your coffee, and you're just so in tune with yourself and the world around you. And this can only come from distancing yourself from this person. It feels like they were kind of draining a part of you. Did that make any sense? They weren't draining the life out of you. They were just, it's like you were picking up on the exhaustion that they were feeling, And it was causing you to be very low energy, not because that's how you were feeling in your life. It's just like that kind of the boredom and resentment that you were feeling from them was affecting your daily life as well, because you would come home and you would see them and you would feel it, and you would just feel those projections that were coming at you, and it was just keeping you in this state of like just feeling stuck and feeling so in your head, just like wondering, you're like, why are they acting like this? Why are they being so rude towards me? Why are they constantly making me feel bad? Like, that's what I'm feeling. They could have just made you very insecure, making you second guess yourself. Like, when you're having to walk on eggshells around somebody, you're just like, why are they, like, am I the problem? Am I why they're sad? Am I not giving them enough? Like, what can I do to make them happier, to make them feel better? And it's like, once you remove yourself from this situation, you're like, those were not my problems to deal with. I cannot help somebody who doesn't want to help themselves. All I can do is better myself, so I can either go off into the future and find somebody new. If you are wanting to find somebody new, I'm seeing some sort of passionate person coming in, like, some sort of a fire sign, where I just see future you just kind of chilling. And so that could be your own energy of like going on a pursuit of, something new in your own life that's very fiery and energetic. So that could be it. If you do decide that you want to wait for this person to show up better for you, that's awesome as well. But I just see you going off on your own, bettering yourself, and I see whatever business that you're in, whatever you do for work, it's going to be way more successful, because you're going to have way more time for yourself to focus on it. Space is going to open up for you to grow financially. Once you stop giving all of your energy to somebody who takes it for granted. Okay. I'm going to leave it there. Love you guys. Bye.